So I finally played Splatoon 3 on the Nintendo Switch 2, and I am very happy to report it is one of the best looking games from the original Switch on the Switch 2. I've tried out probably like 20, 30 different games, and it looks like a Switch 2 game. And there's a reason for that. So, according to twistedvoxel.com, I will leave a link in the description below so you can go check it out yourself. It says on the original Switch, it was dynamic 1080p, 60 FPS in docked, and let's see, dynamic 720p in handheld. So it says common 1080p to 820p with FSR and dynamic 720p in handheld. That's on the original Switch. Now, with this new update, this new patch, free patch might I add, on the Nintendo Switch 2, literally just came out on the 12th, it says it's upscaled to 2160p, 60 frames per second, from 1440p with DLSS, that cool DLSS technology, and then it's 1080p in handheld. So this game is a 60 FPS game, and it feels like it too when you're playing it. And they have an image here, which I probably won't show in the video. I'll just show the footage that I have from my playthrough. And you can see a huge difference in the quality. It's insane. And it says right here, Nintendo has released a significant update for Splatoon 3 that enhances the game's performance and visual quality on the newly launched Nintendo Switch 2. This free upgrade transforms the experience with improvements that mark a clear leap over the original Nintendo Switch version, offering players a much sharper and smoother presentation. Yeah, with the ink and everything and the colors in this game, it really pops with the HDR and just the 4K. It's beautiful. It looks amazing. This is one of the most notable changes brought by the update is support for 4K resolution at 60 frames per second through the use of DLSS, Deep Learning Super Sampling. The game now renders natively at 1440p before being upscaled to 4K via DLSS, which results in a clearer and more detailed image quality. This is a marked improvement over the first Switch version, which ran at a dynamic resolution of 1080p and could drop to as low as 820p during demanding scenes. So this is amazing. And what's cool is they have information about the handheld mode. So let's check this out too, because I do most of my testing on the console, on a TV, docked I mean. The handheld mode also benefits greatly from the new hardware and update. On Nintendo Switch 2, Splatoon 3 now runs at a native 1080p resolution with DLSS enabled, maintaining a stable 60 frames per second. In contrast, the handheld mode on the original Nintendo Switch was limited to a dynamic 720p resolution, which often resulted in a softer image. These enhancements mean the players on Switch 2 can expect a much crisper and more responsive gameplay experience, whether docked or on the go. So if you play competitively in Splatoon 3, you're probably going to have an advantage over the Switch players. You can still play with the Switch player base and the Switch 2 player base. They didn't split it or anything. It's all the same player pool. But it's kind of like when you have PC having super high-end, tech or builds, playing against a lower build, like 30 FPS to 60 FPS. If we had that issue with the Xbox games, like Halo and stuff like that, PC players would just stomp them. But then on console, they have aim assist, which PC players are complaining about, which is pretty funny. Anyway, it says beyond the visual and performance improvements, Nintendo has shared the full list of optimizations introduced specifically for Nintendo Switch 2 users. Cool. It says Nintendo Switch 2 enhancements. Increased screen detail, rendering, delivering sharper environments and characters, smoother on-screen movement in key areas, such as Splatsville, Inkopolis Square, Grand Festival Grounds, improved salmonid animation during Salmon Run, even when many enemies populate the screen, refined animations for certain non-playable characters such as jellyfish, providing more natural movement, adjusted scene transition animations for smoother switching between gameplay and menus, boosted resolution for screenshots captured via the Nintendo Switch 2 album in photo mode, that's nice, or the capture button, offering higher quality images for sharing and saving. In addition to the system-specific upgrades, the update includes new content and gameplay features that apply to all versions of the game. So yeah, the new weapons and stuff. And then new gameplay features and additions, introduction of new weapons and a new battle stage, increase the maximum freshness level, allowing players to progress further, implementation of a series weapon feature for Anarchy Battle series mode, added a call sign feature for X battles to enhance player identity and customization, general optimization for better overall game operation on Nintendo Switch 2. Wow. It says the enhanced version of Splatoon 3 demonstrates the Nintendo Switch 2's graphical prowess while delivering meaningful gameplay improvements and new content. The upgrade offers smoother performance in both docked and handheld modes, providing returning players with a noticeably refreshed experience. While the game remains cross-compatible with both Switch consoles, the latest update ensures Switch 2 owners enjoy the definitive edition, complete with visual enhancements and performance optimizations that fully utilize the new hardware's capabilities. That is freaking awesome. I love stuff like this. They could have easily charged for this, but I'm glad they didn't. And I'm actually shocked they didn't, because it's a massive upgrade. Like, I never played the third game on the original Switch. I kind of got my fill with Splatoon 1 and 2, and it kind of looked like more of the same. I kept waiting for a sale, but these, Nintendo games never go on sale. Luckily, I found it at GameStop used. It was like brand new, case was like mint condition, and it was only $44. I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And I played through the first chapter, beat the first boss in the story mode, and it looks amazing. And then I played one match. So, and what's cool is I didn't know that your stuff, well, not necessarily carried over, but you get a little bonus for having played the second game. I put like 50, 60 hours into the second game. I had a lot of fun playing that. The only reason I stopped playing it, because it was like my go-to competitive game. Like, I don't really play online competitive anymore, but that game is like perfect, because it's not about killing your opponents. It's about filling up the ink. I mean, that's an option. You can attack your other opponents or try to take them out that way. You could either focus on that or focus on inking the entire level. I would always just focus on what you're supposed to do, which is inking the entire level, right? So I would sneak around and do that and occasionally get a kill here or there because I sucked at the combat itself in competitive play. But most of the time, I want to say at least 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 of the matches I was in, we'd always win, because I was the guy hiding around and sneaking around, filling up the ink everywhere. I would just focus on that. I wasn't focusing on trying to kill the other team members like everybody else is doing. So I felt like I had a good team there. Every once in a while you get caught with a group that doesn't know like what they're doing. They barely ink anything, and you're like, oh, for crying out loud. But for the most part, I did pretty good in the second game. It's one of the reasons why I played it for so long, because I don't really play competitive. I did beat the game too, the single player, but I didn't play the DLC. I bought it and I never got around to going back to it. There's so many games on the Switch to go back to now that it's on the Switch 2. I'll probably just stick with the third one. I probably won't go back to the second game because it looks and runs so good with this new update. But yeah, if you haven't played Splatoon 3 and you're looking for basically what feels like a brand new Switch 2 game without the official little Switch 2 mark on there, I would give it a shot, man. It's really fun. It has, if you're not a fan of the motion controls, you can switch to the twin stick shooter controls like in most third-person shooters now, and I love that. I played the second game 100% and the first game with the motion controls. Like, you turn left and right with the joystick, the right joystick, and then you have to aim up and down with the motion controls. And I can confirm on the Switch 2 Pro controller, it works flawlessly. Like, it's one-to-one. It's in fact, I kind of feel like it's a little better than the other one because the resolution is so nice, and the frame rate is 60 FPS. It just looks amazing. Anyway, I'll stop gushing about this game. I'm going to play this quite a bit. I played this crap out of the second one. I haven't played Splatoon for a very long time because I believe this came out in, 2023, 2022? And I stopped playing the series in the second game. So this is like a whole new game for me, and it's awesome, and it's been out for a while. So I love the fact that they could literally just do this for the whole first year of the system. Just go back and update old games and add little things here and there. And then they can even take longer to make new games, because I think a lot of people myself included, kind of stopped playing the Switch when the PS5 and Xbox Series X came out. At least, as much as we were. Mainly because the performance was so bad. Like, I can handle bad visuals, but performance, man. Especially in a shooter. Anyway, let me know if you're going to try out Splatoon 3, or let me know if you've played it a crap ton and now you're going to go back to it. I want to start live streaming on the channel. It'd be fun to do a live stream with you guys playing Splatoon. Like, let me know if you guys are interested in stuff like that. I don't live stream very often, but for stuff like this, I feel like it'd be super fun. Anyway, as always, thank you for watching, and stay frosty.